Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. In fact, can I still say good morning? Just about. It is just about still the morning. I'm starting the vlog a little bit later than I usually do normally. I'm up bright and early, ready to start the vlog, but I decided to head to the gym this morning, and no, I did not swim. I know. Am I capable of going to the club and not swimming? But I actually headed to the gym today because I just wanted to do a bit of like a full body workout. It's been quite a long time since I have worked out and I just wanted to get my body moving this morning. So if my hair's looking really like fluffy, it's because I freshly washed it this morning, because I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit sweaty. The aircon wasn't working today, so it was really, really warm. Despite the fact that it is cloudy, it is still very muggy here today, which is a word that I find so funny that a lot of you guys have never heard before. It's a word that has been like so normalized in my vocabulary for such a long time, and it basically just means that the weather's very like humid, it's very like close, you feel a little bit sweaty despite the fact that it's not actually sunny. So that's why I kind of didn't want to go into the pool today, because it's quite cloudy actually, so I figured that today was probably not the best day to swim. So went to the gym this morning, got my body moving and feeling really, really good for it. I'm actually going to put my new lipstick on. I forgot to show you this yesterday because it was in my handbag rather than in its like own bag, because it was so tiny. When she asked me, do I need a bag for this, I was like, no, I can literally just chuck that in my handbag. I picked this up at the makeup, what's it called? The beauty, I vlogged it yesterday when I was at Gone with Queez, which you would have seen it in my last vlog, but they have such an amazing range of beauty bits. They've got like Jo Malone, Clinique, they've got MAC, they've got pretty much all of the big brands, including Bobbi Brown, and they have really amazing prices for things. They have so many amazing pieces in there that is still current season, which is just absolutely insane because they are discounted so amazingly. Like the Jo Malone candles, I was this close to bringing home a Peony and Blush Suede candle, but I still have quite a few Jo Malone candles that I'm kind of working throughout summer, so I didn't want to add more into my collection before I can even burn the other ones. I feel like it needs to be a one in, one out system. I'm burning one, then buying a new one, burning one, then buying a new one. But yeah, I picked up this, which is again still current season. It's the Bobbi Brown lip tint. This is in the shade Bare Bloom, and it's one of my favorites. I literally have like one in every single, oh my goodness, I didn't realize it's got a little pattern on it. That's cute. But I've got one in like every single handbag at the moment, and it's just it's such a like Your Lips but better shade, and it's really moisturizing. I mean, it's the kind of lipstick you do need to top up throughout the day, but those are actually my favorite kinds, because I don't know about you, I get that horrible like line on my lips if I wear a matte lipstick. You know when like you've been talking or eating, you just get like a line where your lipstick stops? I'd much rather wear something like this. I just top up once or twice throughout the day whenever I've like eaten or drank, but it's really moisturizing, it's like good for my lips, and it's really nourishing. So picked that up today. Also, they literally, I couldn't believe it, had the vitamin enriched face base, which is one of my favorites. It's like so moisturizing and really, really lovely, and it smells absolutely incredible. So would definitely recommend a trip into Gone With. If you didn't watch my last vlog, I would definitely recommend, because there was lots of really amazing pieces that I picked up today. I actually have a really, really exciting day today. I've got an afternoon full of meetings, which doesn't sound exciting, but there's some really cool projects that I am working on, and I always just get such a pinch me moment whenever I have these Zoom calls with these amazing brands and these really, really cool campaigns that I'm working on. So I can't wait to share more with you guys. And whenever I know I've got like a day at my laptop, I always try and get a bit of movement in. So I went this morning to the gym because I always like to kind of like move my body at least once throughout the day, whether it's in the morning or in the evening. And I knew I wouldn't be able to this evening because I'm going to meet a friend of mine. Her name's Emily. And oh my goodness me, I'm so excited because this weekend she just got engaged. Oh my goodness me, and I'm so excited because I've known Emily and James for such a long time, and I'm so happy for them both. They've been together for like 9 years now, and they really are the epitome of like a power couple. They are just, they complete each other, they complement each other, and I've never known such a beautiful couple. So I cannot wait to see her, give her the biggest squeeze and basically chat all things weddings. As I said yesterday, it's so lovely to like go through the process with someone. So obviously I've got my sister who I'm going through it with at the moment, but it's so lovely that Emily has joined the engagement gang and joined the bridal gang, and I can impart the little, very little wisdom that I have learned from wedding planning so far, and we can just chat all things wedding. I am so excited. So I need to get going, need to get cracking with my meetings, and then I will catch you guys in a bit. Okay, one meeting down. The sun has suddenly come out, which is quite lovely, but I have a very minute amount of time between my next meeting, so I thought I would just throw myself together a quick salad. So I've come out to the veg truck and I thought I could harvest some more of my veg because the spinach is doing so well. The more I cut it, the more it seems to be growing back, and we have some more ripe tomatoes that are ready for picking. So I think I'm just going to do like a chicken and tomato salad, something super quick before meeting number 2 of the day. So, meetings of the day done, and I think I'm just going to give myself a quick little makeup top up because I do feel like it has slid off my face a little bit, despite the fact that it has been really cloudy today. The sun came out for a little while around lunchtime, so I managed to actually have my lunch outside, which is literally my favourite thing ever, but it has been so warm again today, and I literally have had to have the fan on me whilst I've been in a lot of my meetings. I feel like my hair is really starting to stick to my neck at the moment, which is always a real sign that you are hot and sweaty. But a quick little makeup top up, a few of my favourite little Bobbi Brown products. Again, I am just obsessed with Bobbi Brown at the moment. I feel like they just do so many cute little summer pieces. So quick little spritz. I might actually give myself a bit of a spray of the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Hydro Mist. I love this. Such a great way to give yourself a proper like refresh of hydration on your face if you're feeling like your makeup's getting a little bit tired and a little bit worn. This is like the best thing to just give it a real refresh of life. So I'm going to head out for dinner tonight. Let me show you my outfit actually, because this dress is an absolute favorite with you guys. I cannot believe how many of you have been shopping it. So outfit of the day slash evening is this gorgeous little phase 8 number. I'm not changing from what I've been wearing all day. Number 1, because it is super comfy, and number 2, because Emily is coming straight from work, bless her. So I figured that she'll probably just be wearing like a day dress like this as well. So we will be matching in our pretty summer dresses, but this phase 8 number is literally the comfiest thing I have ever owned. It's a gorgeous little smock number. It's got this really lovely like square neckline. I love the big sleeves. I think they're so beautiful, and the pattern is really pretty. Honestly, you guys have been shopping this so much, and I don't blame you because it is fab. And I also love the fact that there are lots of different places that you can shop it. Obviously phase 8 directly, John Lewis, I think there's a couple of other retailers that might stock it, so I will leave them linked down below. But I'm styling it up with my June slides, of course, my little black juice slides, and my little Chloe basket. One thing that I love about this bag, I know I talk about this a lot, but you know I love matching my bag to my shoes, and I feel like with the Chloe I can match with almost anything, because you've got the black of the Chloe, goes with black shoes. You've got the kind of like canvas of the strap, goes with my raffia mules. You've got the tan of the handle, it goes with tan. So it's like one of those bags that just goes with absolutely anything. So I'm absolutely in love with it. You can also probably see behind me I have a rather large phase 8 box that I have unboxed today. And I have some really gorgeous new pieces to show you. I didn't realise that they were going to be arriving today, so I wasn't even wearing this dress deliberately, but I have some gorgeous new phase 8 pieces, which I will show you tomorrow. I'll do a full try on haul, because speaking of weddings, actually, a lot of these might make some really great wedding guest outfits. It is obviously wedding guest season at the moment, and I feel like it's always great to get a bit of inspo of a few things that you can wear. So I will unbox those with you guys tomorrow, but for now, I'm going to head off and get some really yummy food. I'm going to get some big squeezes, and I think there's going to be a lot of wedding chat tonight. Actually, let's do some perfume top-ups. I might just spray my favourite Jo Malone English Pear and Freesia just for a little perfume top-up, because there's nothing better than smelling nice, especially when you give your friend a big hug and they just get a waft of your perfume. So I'm going to give myself a spritz of this, and then we'll head off. My fave. everyone. It is the next day now, and I don't know if you can hear the birds twittering away in the background, but my goodness me, is this just my favorite way to start my morning? I feel like I never really vlog in this corner, but those of you that have been around for a little while might know that this is one of my many Ellie nooks. It's very important to me to have lots of little corners and lots of little areas in the house that I can basically just sit and be, and this is one of my favorite spots to start the morning. If it's not glorious sunshine and I don't want to have my morning coffee outside, this is the perfect place to start my morning, because I can still open the bifold doors, I can still listen to the bird song, get some fresh air in, look out onto my gorgeous garden and just sip my morning coffee and start my day. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm starting my day a little bit later than I normally do because we had such a lovely time last night. Emily and I were literally still sitting in the restaurant well into the evening. We looked at our watches and suddenly went, oh my goodness me, we should probably go home, because it literally felt like we put the world to rights yesterday. Like, she even texted me after she got home saying I needed that more than I realized. I was like, same. I really needed that, and it was so lovely to be able to celebrate her engagement and just get excited to hear the engagement story. James did so well. He literally set her on a treasure hunt, which is just the most James thing I have ever heard, and they're actually already quite well into the wedding planning process. She has been very quick, so it's quite fun to be able to embark a little bit of wisdom, because obviously I'm only slightly further ahead of her in terms of planning at the moment. So it was so fun to talk all things wedding and just catch up on everything that's been going on in our lives recently. And we were chatting lots about like wedding traditions, things that we will and won't be doing, and it's just really interesting how different I feel like weddings are these days. I feel like they're just, I want to say people are just so much more accepting now of how unique and individual everyone wants their wedding to be. Like, there's so many traditions that I know so many people don't do anymore, and it's interesting to think about which ones we will or won't be doing. Like, I need to think about the father of the bride dance, cutting the cake, the first dance, is it a garter? Where I think that's more of an American tradition, where I think the broom literally takes the garter off of your leg. To me, it's a little bit weird because it's a little bit too sexual to be in front of your family. And just like lots of different traditions that maybe people do or don't want to do throughout their wedding, and maybe start some like new traditions. There's always loads of fun things. I think I've already spoken about this, but one thing Alex would love to do is put like disposable cameras on the table so that everyone can like have a bit of a, almost like bingo treasure hunt type vibe with the cameras. We think that would be so fun. And just like whether you want to do like a 1 day, a 2 day, a 3 day wedding, how much you want to kind of like expand it, what size the guest list you want, what time you want to start. Like, it's just so much to think about, and it's really fun being able to basically pick and choose what traditions you like. Because as I said, I feel like people are just so much more accepting now, and everyone just wants to go to a day that feels like you. Like, I always feel like it's so important within a wedding that if you were to take the bride and groom out of the wedding, you would still know that it was their wedding, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would love to know if there were any traditions that you skipped for your wedding, if there's any that if you are planning a wedding or you have it in the future, what you would or wouldn't do, because I feel like it's really interesting to hear everyone else's opinions and see what they think is kind of like a tradition they would like to uphold, and maybe what's a tradition that they wouldn't like to uphold. One thing I'm really debating is whether I should do a speech, because I know a lot of people that do a groom speech and they now do a bride speech. That's another thing to think about. So it was just really fun to chat all things wedding, to just catch up on everything that's been going on in our lives and literally just put the world to rights. So I really had the loveliest time with Emily last night, and I've promised her a gardening day because we were chatting about her new home as well. She's got a new house, which is beautiful, by the way, absolutely stunning, but she really wants to kind of like upgrade the garden a little bit and just get it to a point that she's happy with. And I've promised her that we can do a garden centre day. I will come around, I will help her pot things up, I'll help her put things into soil and tell her what works, what doesn't, what I've kind of like learned so far, because I do feel like already I've taken a lot of learnings from gardening this year, and even though this is my first proper year gardening, already I feel so much more confident with so many things. So I've promised her a gardening day as well, which will be so fun to do this summer. So yeah, I'm in the best mood because there is nothing better than good company and people that don't drain you. Like, you come away from conversation with them more energized and more just excited about life. So it really was such a lovely evening, but I've got quite a busy day ahead of me, and I know I promised you that I would unbox that phase 8 parcel with you. So let's head upstairs and we can unbox that together. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to unbox the accessories first, because I have a few accessories here, and as you can probably see behind me, the box is massive. So I thought we could just sit down here to make my life a little bit easier. Now the first accessory, this probably isn't very wedding-y. However, I feel like if you have anything coming up, I know Ascot's been and gone, but I'm pretty sure there's definitely more summer events that you could wear this to. I saw this hat on phase 8, and what I was really drawn to it for was actually the inside of it. So it's not actually a boater hat, it is a fascinator, which I just thought was absolutely amazing. Let's put this on because you guys know how I feel. I am in love with that. I feel like that just looks so like elegant and regal. It's got like the boater hat feel, so it kind of casuals it down a little bit, but obviously because you've got the like fascinator kind of style of it, I'm in love. That's really cute. Could you wear this to a wedding? Like, genuine question, because obviously back in April, if you remember, I had the wedding where we had to wear hats. Would this be appropriate? Let me know down below what you think. I feel like it's always very dependent on the bride. But yeah, I definitely think if you had anything coming up, maybe like christenings or anything that's like a little bit more casual, but you do need a hat, this would be perfect for if you have any horse races or anything like that. I'm so in love with it. I think that's a really, really cute addition into my hats collection, because it's really nice to have something that's still very me. You know how I feel about like my boater hats, my straw hats, my summer hats, but it kind of has that like more elevated edge to it. So I think that's the cutest thing ever. And then we have a few pairs of shoes to unbox, because I feel like one thing that I was really missing in my kind of like wedding guest wardrobe is different pairs of shoes that I can style with different outfits, with regards to wedding guest dresses, with regards to just like summer garden parties and things like that. And I definitely felt like I was really missing some really lovely heeled sandals. I feel like heeled sandals are a great one, especially ones that are like nice and buckled. They're really secure, they hold you, so they're gonna be really, really comfortable. So the first pair that I picked up is this absolutely stunning little nude number. Let me take the paper out so I feel like you might be able to see it a little bit better. But they're this really, really gorgeous kind of like crisscross design, which I really, really liked about them, and they are completely nude. So I feel like these are the kind that you can dress up or dress down. Like if you wanted to, you could easily wear these for a wedding, but because they're like not patent, they're not shiny, they're not sparkly, you could definitely dress these down a little bit for maybe just like a garden party or a barbecue or something like that. And I loved the fact that the heel wasn't too high. Now, one thing that again I was struggling with is having block heels and not stilettos, because there's nothing worse than when you go somewhere and you don't realize that it's going to be grass and you end up sinking into the grass. So I feel like having block heels like this is great for summer in the UK, because no matter what the event, they are going to be super practical but still super stylish. So I really liked those. Now this next pair of shoes I feel like is going to be a perfect pair for wedding guest styling. They're this really, really gorgeous gold strappy sandal, and I just fell in love with them. And the thing that I loved the most actually was the strap. Now they don't have any kind of ankle strap, which is what I really, really liked, because sometimes I do find as a shorter girl, having an ankle strap can be quite unflattering. It kind of shortens your leg a little bit because it doesn't allow that like elongation going from your foot through your ankle all the way up to your leg. So I loved the fact that it was completely open but still holds you in. I thought it was really, really gorgeous. And again, it's just got this really nice like quite low block heel, so I feel like they're going to be super comfy as well to wear all day. And I just love the kind of like crisscross detail. I felt like they were so, so pretty. So I thought those would be some gorgeous wedding guest shoes. And then finally, I actually picked up a pair of shoes, which I know I've already shown you before, but I decided to try them in a size down because these ones came a little bit oversized. It's the really, really gorgeous raffia kind of rattan effect sandal. Again, a really lovely like wide but fairly low block heel. So I picked these ones up in a 36, in a 3. Now I do like these. They do have an ankle round the strap, a strap around the ankle, but because of the way it's situated, it's not too like high up, it's quite low down on your foot. So I do still find that these are quite nice and elongating. These are definitely a bit more casual. I feel like these are perfect for like races, garden parties, barbecues, things like that. So I wanted to try the 3 and just make sure that they fitted perfectly. So some really, really gorgeous shoes. Now let me show you the dresses. I might just sit here and show you the dresses here. I know I normally stand up to show you them, but I'm quite comfy sitting down here. And all of these dresses are actually from the petite section. Phase 8 have just released a new line called their botanical garden collection. I will leave the entire collection link down below, and it all comes in petite, which is really, really exciting because it means as a shorter girl, these dresses are all going to fit absolutely absolutely beautifully. So let me show you the new in dresses. First up is this absolutely beautiful number, and I feel like this is one of those dresses that is just completely ageless. It's timeless, it's classic, and it's ageless. Like, you could wear this in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I could actually see this as being a bit of a mother of the bride outfit, I think, because it's got the navy blue background. I feel like it's almost a little bit more elevated and regal. Now, this is a really, really gorgeous midi dress, and I think this would make such a perfect wedding guest dress. It would be so lovely if you've got a summer wedding here in Britain, because it's got the gorgeous like florals. It really ties into that kind of like British summertime, and there's so many design details that I just love about it. It's got these really cute little organza sheer sleeves. Love the fact that it's got a kind of tight waist belt, and it actually has the most beautiful kind of tiering to the skirt, which I will show you in the try on. And I just think this is one of those dresses that any bride would be so happy to see their guests in. I feel like my opinion towards wedding guest styling has actually kind of changed ever since getting engaged. I feel like just my mindset shifted ever so slightly. I'm no longer thinking just about how things will look as a guest and how I will look at the wedding. I'm also thinking about how the bride will feel seeing me in those pieces, and I feel like this is one of those dresses that I think any bride would be so happy to see her guests in, because it's so beautiful. Like, it's just really classic, really timeless. I love the floral aspects to it. It's not too bright, it's not too garish. It's just one of those dresses that is just so classic. So let me show you it on, because I'm in love. Oh my goodness me, would you look at this dress and look at it with the shoes. I am absolutely in love with these. They really are so elongating on your leg. I love the way that, because there's no ankle strap, they just continue up your leg and look so, so beautiful. But the dress, oh my word, it fits so perfectly. Like, one thing I'm so excited about is the fact that I don't have to do the typical, you know, as a shorter girl we always have to kind of like pull the fabric over and do that little tuck. I love the fact that I don't have to do it, so I just have the most beautiful cinched in waist without having to do like a big old tuck, and it doesn't come down too low either, because it fits really, really nicely in the bodice and in the shoulders. I love the little kind of cap sleeves. I feel like they work so, so well with the dress, and as I said, it has the most beautiful kind of tier detail, which I always find super flattering and really elongating on your legs. I think this would just make the most perfect wedding guest outfit. As I said, I think this would also be beautiful for mother of the bride. If you are looking for a mother of the bride outfit this summer, this dress is the one for you. I am so, so in love with it. Now, this next dress, I am just in love with. You'll notice a bit of theme with all these dresses, obviously being called the Botanical Collection. They are all beautiful floral dresses, and when I saw this one I just had to pick it up. Now, I don't actually have anything in my wardrobe this colour blue, but I feel like this kind of like mid-wash blue is so flattering on so many different skin types, silhouettes, body types. Like, it's just so transcending. And again, we have the beautiful florals running through it. I love the fact that we've got loads of different ones. It looks like we've got some chrysanthemums, might have some daisies potentially. I'd love to know if you know exactly what these flowers are, because they're just all so lovely. Now, again, this has a little tie detail around the waist, but this is a bit more of like a wrap silhouette. What I really like about it is it's not actually wrap, like it is completely attached. And I hate wrap dresses that are actually wrap dresses, because the amount of times they have come loose, I've had a little bit of like slippage going on, and you just do not want that at a wedding. I love the fact that they've kind of tied the sleeves in to the skirt, so this is actually more of a mini style, which I think is quite cute. I think this would be perfect if you've got more of like a barn wedding, something a little bit more casual, a little bit more kind of like, I don't know, you can envision the bride and groom being a little bit more like hippy dippy. Like, I can imagine the bride taking her shoes off halfway through the ceremony. Like, I feel like it's one of those kind of dresses, which I think is just so, so pretty. But the skirt has this lovely pleated detail, and they've brought that pleating into the sleeves, which I just think makes the dress look so elevated and so expensive. And again, one thing that I love about these dresses, you can wear them to so many different occasions. Like, I know I talk a lot about cospair wear, so you can buy it for a wedding guest dress, but after that you could definitely dress this down a little bit and wear it a little bit more casually for loads of different events throughout summer. So I just thought this was another beautiful one to choose from. Oh my goodness me, another absolute beauty of a dress. Phase 8. These dresses are just stunning. I've styled it up a little bit more to kind of show you how you could wear this as a wedding guest dress. So I've kept on the little gold strappy sandals, because I feel like they just work so well and they're so elongating on your legs. And then I've just styled up with a little pearl bag, which I think works really, really well. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually not sure what length to call this. I know I said it was a mini and I thought it was, but now that I've got it on, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it had such an asymmetric hem. I think it looks really, really pretty. It's really elongating on your legs. So it's kind of like a, obviously between midi and maxi is a midaxi. What's between mini and midi? Minidi? Let's call it a minidi dress. It's so pretty, and the silhouette, the like bodice, is absolutely stunning. It's super flattering. Love the kind of wrap style, but as I said, not actually wrap, so it's not going to undo itself as you are boogieing away on the dance floor. But the pleating in the skirt just moves so beautifully, and I love the way that they've tied it into the sleeves. So another absolute beauty. This is going to be so gorgeous if you've got any weddings coming up this summer. Now these next two dresses, I would love to have a chat with you guys about what you think about them as wedding guest dresses, because these last two do have a slightly lighter background. Now looking at this, it is definitely not white. Like the dress that I'm wearing is white, and you can see it's slightly different. It's more of like an off-white creamy beige tone. However, I feel like it is just personal preference. Like as the bride, I would be more than happy if someone showed up to my wedding in this. It's not a white dress. One of the main points of not wearing white to a wedding is to not look like the bride. You don't want to upstage her. You don't want to look similar to her in any way. This is obviously not a bridal dress, so I feel like this is definitely more of a wedding guest dress, and this is something that I think is appropriate. However, I always get very mixed opinions whenever I show you dresses that have got more of like a white or light background. So I'd love to know if you would be happy for someone to wear this to your wedding, and if you would be happy wearing this to someone else's wedding. I think because it is so floral, it's definitely okay. But I think the main thing is to always text the bride. If ever you're unsure about your dress, if ever you're not really like decided on what to wear, you've got maybe like two options, so you don't know if it's too white or you're not really sure if she's gonna like it, just text the bride a photo and ask, do you like this dress? One thing I would say is try and do it in as much of advance as possible, because the couple of weeks before her wedding, I'm sure she is very stressed out and does not need to be answering your text. So maybe like a month or so before the wedding, just double check that she's happy with you for her to wear it. No, happy with her for you to wear it. I'm getting my words so twisted today. But yeah, just check with her that she's happy and that it isn't a dress that it is okay to wear to the wedding. But one thing that I loved about this one is it has this really gorgeous belt attached to it, and it's actually the same material as the dress, but it has this little raffia buckle, and I just thought this was the prettiest thing ever. I'm actually kind of tempted to take it off the dress and maybe style it up with some of my plain white dresses, because I feel like it would add a really interesting element to them to have this little floral belt just kind of sticking out in the middle. I think that is really cute, and I love being able to do that with my dresses, being able to rewear them, repurpose them, style them up in different ways. So to be able to take an accessory off the dress and wear with other dresses, I think is great. But the style of this as well is another really classic style, really lovely silhouette, and the kind of thing that I could definitely see myself wearing into London to events, for garden parties here in Hampshire. Like this is one of those dresses that I can envision myself wearing a lot throughout the summer. So I think this is just absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness, these dresses just keep getting better and better. So now that I've got it on, what do we think? Is this wedding guest appropriate, or do we need to save this for like garden parties, christenings, anything that's not bridal related? I definitely think this is appropriate for a wedding. I've actually paired it with some leather goods. I've gone for the little sandals, and I love them. Look how cute they are. I love the way that they kind of like come up your foot. I feel like they are actually really elongating. The way that the leather kind of like crisscrosses up your ankle, I think is so flattering. And then I've gone for my little coach bag, which I think just looks so pretty. But yeah, obviously the dress is very floral, and the florals are kind of what takes over the majority of the dress. I feel like the creamy background is really not that obvious. Maybe you could pair it with a white bag, again, to really show that it's not a white dress. I just think it's so beautiful. Love the fact that it's long sleeves, so it's perfect if maybe you're going to be a bit chillier. Sometimes it's cold in churches, or if you want to cover your shoulders and be a little bit more modest throughout the wedding. I love the belt as well. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. You could easily style it up without the belt, or even add your own. I think would be also beautiful. And it's got another gorgeous tiered skirt, which you know how much I love. It's another absolutely beautiful dress. I'm just so obsessed with the floral details in all of these. Phase 8, you have done so exceptionally. And lastly, another dress with a very light undertone. Now this actually has a pink undertone to it. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. I feel like it really helps actually that I'm wearing white today. I feel like I've really, well done Ellie, top marks for that, because it means that you can kind of see what they look like next to like actual white. Sometimes it's quite tricky to tell colours on the camera, but this has a very like pinky champagne undertone. But it's a really pretty dress because it's a bit more like organza, and it's very whimsical. This would be so beautiful for a garden wedding. If you know someone that's getting married in like the back garden, they've got lots of like grass and green, they've got like a marquee. I feel like this would be so beautiful. Again, it's another mini, which I do think is quite cute for a wedding sometimes, especially when it's got a bit of a more casual vibe. vibe. And what I really liked about this one was the neckline. It's quite different to the others. It's got this round neckline with this kind of cutout detail. So number one, you don't have to think about your jewellery because it kind of has this like styling in itself. And number two, it's just such a beautiful silhouette with the like organza sleeves. I think it's another absolutely gorgeous dress. Again, one that you could dress up and dress down, that you would definitely be able to get your use out of after the wedding. And I'm just so excited about the fact that all of these dresses are petite, so they're all going to fit so beautiful. Mini dress that's actually a mini dress. Oh my goodness, this excites me so much. I mean, look at those pegs. I feel like when mini dresses are actually short and like come up mid-thigh, they're so flattering. I've just put them on with the really cute little rattan heels and I love how they look. I went down a size in these. I've got the 3, and I would say with regards to the sizing with the shoes, if you are in between sizes, go down. The gold ones are ever so slightly big on me. I think I should have got them in a 3 as well, so I might return them and exchange them for a size down. And speaking of sizing, actually all of these dresses I have gone for my usual size. Sometimes whenever I shop from a petite section, there are particular brands I always know I need to size up. Not with phase 8, it is still just the exact same as their normal sizing, which makes me so happy, so you don't have to like guess and faff around with sizes. So I got all of these in a 12 and they are so beautiful. And just look at this dress. I wish they did this in a midi as well. I think this would be so pretty in a midi. I love the neckline. I feel like it works so well with hair scraped back, or you could do like a really cute updo for the wedding. And now that I've got this on, I think it really doesn't look white. I definitely think this is okay to wear to a wedding. You can see it's like a kind of pinky peachy color, and I didn't realize as well, but actually the lining kind of sticks out at the bottom. It's like deliberately longer, and I think it looks really cute, so you can really like hone in. No, it is pink. It's definitely pink if anyone questions. And I just love the organza of the dress. I think it looks so pretty in the organza of the sleeves. Oh, I think this is actually a bit of an underdog. I wasn't expecting much from this one, but I think this has been my favorite one from the haul. So comment your favorite down below. I would love to know, and I'll link to the rest of the collection as well in the description box because they had so many other gorgeous designs. Speaking of wedding guest styling, I always feel like when it comes to your wedding guest outfit, there's always so much more that goes into the outfit rather than like just the dress. You've got to think about the shoes, the practicality, whether it's going to go with the vibe, your headwear, your makeup, but also your jewellery. And I completely forgot that I placed this order until it arrived this morning, but I spotted a couple of pieces on Pandora and I just thought they would make such gorgeous wedding guest jewellery, and I am really loving a particular colour palette at the moment. And all I'm going to say is I feel like these pieces would go so well with the first 2 dresses from this haul, because it really would just kind of bring out the tones in those dresses. As you know, I'm a Pandora ambassador, so it's always so much fun to be able to scroll through the website, have a look at what's new in, and see how I can kind of style these pieces up. And I thought these would be perfect to add to a pre-existing collection of mine. I have actually, let me get them out from my lovely little stackers box. I have a collection of these pieces from Pandora, and it is the blue sapphire collection. So this is the necklace from this collection. If it will stop twisting, and oh my goodness me, how perfect would this be for a wedding guest styling, particularly if you've got a v-neck. I'm going to put it on so you can see what it looks like on. Obviously this dress is probably a little bit too casual to wear with these pieces, because I would definitely say that these pieces are a lot more like special, and the blue sapphire is just so striking. I always get so many compliments whenever I wear them, and no one can believe me when I say that they are from Pandora. So you've got the necklace, which is gorgeous. I've also got the little blue sapphire earrings, which I love. These little studs, they are so pretty. I've also got a bracelet already from the collection, which I think is gorgeous. Again, you just get the little blue sapphire, and we also have this little trilogy ring, which I think is just stunning, and it pairs so beautifully with the necklace. So on that note, I thought that these would be perfect additions into my blue sapphire collection. The first piece I thought would stack so beautifully with some pieces I already have. I'm going to take off the daisy ring so you can see it better. I think it works best on my middle finger, and that is the little wishbone ring. So you can wear it kind of this way, or you can wear it going up your finger as well. For me, this is the most flattering style. I feel like it just makes your fingers look like longer and more kind of like elevated, which I really like. And I do actually have a few wishbone rings already, which I thought is too small. I think it's this one here. I need to have a little sort out of my jewellery collection because everything is everywhere at the moment. But how pretty does that look? paired with just a plain silver wishbone. I also have a few other wishbone rings. We've got this one, which is really, really pretty, that you could kind of stack with it as well and just create like more of like a centerpiece. There's so many different options, and I feel like tying in the blue with the silver just works really, really well. So I loved how the wishbone looked with the blue diamantes. I think I also have one that just has diamantes, but my collection is just looking so messy at the moment. Oh, this one, it would go really, really well with this one. This is one of my favorite wishbone rings because of just the like silhouette of it. It looks like it's 2 rings in one, and it's got that kind of like tiara. Let's take off the middle one actually and just pair the blue with the tiara kind of wishbone and see how they look. Oh, I love that. How stunning is that? You just have the tiny little pop of blue, especially paired with the other sapphire ring. I love that. Oh, that looks so pretty. That's going to be some perfect wedding guest jewellery styling. I feel like with your wedding guest jewellery, you want to keep it quite simple. Like, you don't want to go for anything too garish or too kind of like upstaging. You just want it to be really simple and beautiful, but still quite eye-catching. So the other piece that I picked up from the collection is this stunning bracelet. This is like a really, really gorgeous tennis bracelet, and it's got the blue with the kind of like diamantes in between. And I loved the fact that it's got the adjustable strap, so it means that it's going to fit like any size. This will be a great present as well to give someone. I should have got maybe a bigger size. No, we're good. This probably would make a great present to get someone, because obviously if you don't know their exact size, this will fit so many different wrist sizes. I think it comes in 2 sizes, like a smaller one and a bigger one, so you can choose which one will be best. But look how pretty that looks. Oh my goodness. And starred with the other blue sapphire bracelet. Oh my word, that is so stunning. Let me take off this wishbone because I feel like this is kind of ruining the vibe. It's making it a little bit too casual. Look at those paired together. Oh my goodness me, they just look so stunning. Do you know what I've just realized as well at this very minute, and I hadn't even thought of this before? This could be your something blue on your wedding. You could literally go for some stunning blue jewellery, the like diamantes from Pandora. That would be so cute. Or it could also be really lovely bridesmaid jewellery as well, and your bridesmaids could be your something blue. Oh, I feel like there's so many options with the sapphire collection from Pandora. So I'm absolutely in love with those. I think they just look so stunning. So I was just about to head downstairs, and then I suddenly realised I hadn't actually shown you my dress that I was wearing today. So I apologise that it's a little bit creased up because I've literally been wearing it all day. But actually, considering how much sitting and editing I've been doing, I don't actually think it looks too bad. This is the gorgeous little white company dress that I picked up at Gunwharf the other day, and it's such a beautiful number. But I wanted to show you it properly because I realised in that try on clip I didn't really get to show you the length of it. I didn't quite come back far enough, but it is so beautiful. It's like this mid-axis length. As you can see, it just kind of hits above the ankle, which I love this length, particularly for summer, because you can just wear your little sandals, your little slides underneath, and you can kind of have your toes poking out, which I just think works so well. And it's really lovely because it's obviously very modest, very covered, but it's so lightweight, and it is actually available on the website as well. So I will leave it linked down below for you guys. It has pockets, it's got a drawstring, it's got a lovely high neckline. I feel like this just ticks so many boxes for me. So I just wanted to show you the full outfit of the day before I end up taking it off tonight. Oh, it's lucky that I managed to show you my dress before taking it off, because I'm not gonna lie, I have not vlogged for the rest of the evening. Alex and I have just had a lovely dinner, and we're about to sit down and watch the new season of Ted Lasso, which I'm sure most of you will already have watched by now. But I always say this, I am so bad when it comes to watching seasons and I'm watching series. Alex always gets so annoyed at me because he wants to sit down and binge things, and I am not a binger. I'm not the kind of person that enjoys just sitting down and watching telly for like the entire evening. I love being out in the garden, particularly in summer. I'll garden literally until it gets dark, and you know, I always do my post-dinner garden walk around. I always give the plants a good old water, and I'd say that takes me like a good 20-30 minutes every single evening. So I've already done that this evening, but we have dedicated tonight to start watching the new season of Ted Lasso, season 3. I think this is the last season they're ever going to be doing, which is a little bit sad, but it's such a good show. So really going to enjoy that tonight. So let me know if you've already watched it. So I'm gonna get my makeup off and get myself comfy. I am loving still the Alpha H. This is the Balancing Cleanser with aloe vera, and it's such a gorgeous one, particularly in summer because it's really lightweight. I feel like in winter I really like a heavy duty, quite greasy cleanser. In summer I want something as lightweight as possible. so I'm going to use that to take my makeup off and then get into my PJs for the evening. I'm kind of tempted to suggest watching it in bed, but I don't know if Alex is actually going to go for it. I love watching TV in bed. I know it's so bad, but it's one of my favourite things in the world. But before I took my makeup off and got myself comfy, I thought I would quickly sign off this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing all of the wedding guest styling. And if you got to the end of this video, leave me the word bells, as in wedding bells, down below in your comment. I'm loving doing this again, seeing who's getting to the end of the videos and giving you guys words to comment down below. So either put the bell emoji or leave the word bells down below in your comments. But I will see you guys in my next one. I honestly am so tired. I feel like I'm not even making sense at this point. Good night. Love you lots. See you tomorrow.